Sometimes we must do some soul searching to find what we're looking for. Other times it's right under our nose and we didn't see it all along. Let's think about peace. What does peace mean for you? You know, how can you have a life that is worth living to you? You wake up in the morning, your veins course with joy, energy, boundless energy. You look around you, see beauty. This is the life. This is the life that we were meant to live. We're bringing it up the mountain. It's a long trek, but I think that if we have patience and perseverance, we might find the peace frogs, might be able to give them this offering. In life, you gotta know when to quit. You gotta choose your battles. If you don't choose your battles, you know, you might get destroyed. But sometimes a fight is worth fighting. And it's not always that we come across these opportunities. Most of the time, the path of peace is the way to go. But today, my battle is to visit the peace frogs. And I think I'll accomplish that. And when I accomplish that, give them an offering of a ceramic vase, various virtues, wisdom, compassion, peace, purpose. You know, what is the meaning of life? What does it all mean? Today we're going to find out. I've got to take things slow. I've got to have some perseverance here. And then I think we might be able to make it to the top of the mountain, the redwood tree forest out there, and put it with its friends, put the planter pot with the other peace frogs.
Choice, I stand for purpose and meaning.
Purpose. As we travel up the mountain, I'd like to say that, you know, one of the frogs is purpose. And, you know, what is your purpose in life? It's something I'd like you to contemplate, something I'd like you to think about. Is it your family? Is it your work? What are your ambitions? What makes you tick? What's your passion in life? Does it relate to your purpose? I mean, for me, I'm here looking at the sun. The sun feels nice. It's warm, it's radiant. I feel alive. What can make you feel this way? Look into your heart, your inner joy. Find your purpose. Sorry.
I stand for courage.
Courage. Another frog up here is the peace frog of courage. And you know, in life, sometimes we have to make bold declarations. You know, sometimes we need to take that extra step. We need courage. And taking that first step of initiative is what it takes. Because, you know, when you take the first step, there's no heading back from there. Things keep dropping. Just, you know, you gotta pick them up. I like to think of myself as a warrior battling for peace. You know, have you ever thought how the White House has a whole department devoted to war? What about a department devoted to peace? You know, for every war, somebody had to implement the war. Somebody had to make plans to carry out the war. Well, think about peace. Think about if countries devoted time and energy to, instead of squandering their resources in petty squabbling, think about if they devoted their resources to technology.
Choice, I stand for persistence.
Persistence. Yet another peace frog that I'm going up to visit is the peace frog of persistence. And I think, in life we have challenges, we have struggles. They're here every day, and we have to deal with them. And it's important to have these goals, and it's important to follow through, and it's important to set up and accomplish what we're trying to accomplish here. So today I have a goal. I'm going to go visit the peace frogs out in the wilderness. I'm going to go find them in the redwood tree forest, and we're gonna make a film about this. Think about if instead of implementing war, they came up with genuine ways to solve real problems. A Department of Peace. I mean, it's simple. You have a department that's devoted to war, you're going to have a lot of war. You have a department devoted to peace, maybe we'll have some more peace and love in our lives. Sometimes in life, there's a struggle, but when you get to the top of the mountain, that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Choice. I stand for wisdom.
Wisdom. Here we are at the lake, which is near the redwood tree forest, where we will cleanse our sins and wash our face to commemorate the peace frogs and the victories that we hope to achieve. Well, the lake's waters were very refreshing, and I feel more human now. I wanted to talk about another peace frog, and that is the peace frog of wisdom. And I don't feel that I have a whole lot of wisdom. I might be doing this project, I might be pretty passionate about it, but wisdom isn't really something that I have yet. I believe that's something that you get when you're older. And I think it's older people have insight into how to be compassionate, and they understand the complexities of life, and they realize beyond the dream that we see as waking life. And I believe that's the tip of the iceberg. But wisdom is really something that I don't grasp quite yet, but it is an essential component to the peace frog composium.
Choice. I stand for joy.
Joy. And I brought along a metaphor to illustrate the peace frog of joy. So I brought this horn along, and as you can see, it's a very beautiful horn, but I'm going to fill it with water. And as you can see, it's about half full of water now. And you can look at this horn as being half empty, or you can look at it as being half full. And that's kind of how life is a lot of the time. We're brought lots of difficulties, adversity, and we should look past those and, live life to the fullest, So one of the things I like to think about with joy is joy purely a biochemical thing? I mean, is it just drugs up in our brain that makes us happy? I mean, I'd like to think that happiness is something real, something tangible, that happiness is a component, something we're striving for, something that once we achieve, we can truly feel, and something that's that's different than just, you know, feeling high or feeling elated. I'd like to think that happiness comes with purpose, that when we work towards something and we make something happen in our lives, we feel more than just happiness. We feel joy. Even when we're sad, we feel joy because we know that we've taken the struggle, we've taken the extra leap, we've gone the extra mile. And when we know that we've done that and put our heart into our efforts, that is when we feel happiness.
Choice. I stand for compassion.
Compassion. This leads us to the next peace frog, and I'd say this peace frog is up there as being one of the most important peace frogs out of the entire bunch. And this is compassion, and you can see it in everyday life. It can be as simple as making lunch for a loved one, or it can be as complex as, you know, trying to forestall a war. But compassion is one of the essential building blocks, components of what makes humans human. And I'd say a very simple definition of compassion is just being nice to oneself and others. That's as simple as it gets. And I'd say compassion is deeper than kindness. Kindness is something that, you know, you can be kind to somebody, but you don't necessarily care even if you're kind. You might see a homeless person and you might give them a quarter, and that's kind. But I'd say it's a little different than compassion. Compassion is truly caring, truly feeling empathy. And everyone, I think, could use a little bit more compassion in their lives. Here I am at the entrance to the sanctuary, and as you can see, these towering giants truly emulate a sanctuary of peace. They're enormous. Look at them.
Choice. I stand for nature.
Nature. Well, here I am with the peace frogs, and I feel very happy. I feel victorious. For me, nature is the most important peace frog. And, you know, it's something that we're not separate from. We're integrated. We're just like any other animal. And sometimes I think we get a little bit out of place. We build things in cities and, you know, it's just like the smog, the pollution, it all gets to me. But nature is pure, its essence, its core. You look at a redwood tree, look at those trees. They're gorgeous. And that's what nature is all about. It's finding that beauty in life and striving to reach that pinnacle and looking at the trees around you and realizing that we are like those trees. We're just like a redwood tree. We're striving towards the light. We're striving to reach the knowledge. And we're striving towards the darkness with our roots. We're striving so that the suffering will change us, so that we can do more than we think we can ever do. We can make a difference. You know, look around you. Maybe you're a peace frog and you didn't even realize you're a peace frog.
Choice. I stand for love.
Love. And so I want to talk about love. And love is an essential peace frog. Maybe you love women, maybe men, maybe plants, maybe you love the moon. Whatever you love, go forth in your life with courage and valor and seek what it is that you love and truly go for it and love it. Yeah.
Choice. I stand for freedom.
Freedom. I also want to think about freedom. It's another peace frog that's essential. And just look around you. Think about transformation. Freedom is about transformation. And most people don't like to think about this, but life is finite. It's precious. Death will come. And when it does, it could be the transformative process that could liberate us. I mean, I'm not saying don't go out and enjoy your life, but just think about it. We're here one instant, we're gone the next. And love your life. You guys are probably familiar with the Cold War, where the Soviet Union and the United States were trying to squabble over resources throughout the world. Ever thought about what would happen if people were more cooperative? Imagine this. The two great superpowers of today seem to be China and USA. What about if China and USA had a great competition where they tried to create bigger, better gardens? You know, instead of having a space race or racing for new technologies, why not try to feed the people of the world? Imagine that, you know? Imagine if the two superpowers of the world, America and China, imagine if they competed to see who could make the biggest garden to feed the most people. That makes sense to me. I don't know about you, but that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense to me.